Assalamualaikum viewers, how are you? I hope that you will be fine, you will be good in health. My name is Rana Kadir Ghani and you're watching National News Network. Today we have with us Tournament Director Mr. Andy. So let's talk to him and know about the tournament ILT20. Hi sir, how are you?
Yeah, all good. Good to have you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Sir, what about this event? First season was very good. And what about this chapter, this season, this edition?
Yeah, so I think it's exciting. The first season was a brand new competition, obviously. Second season is building on what happened the first season. I think it's going to be bigger, better. I think there's a lot of excitement going around, especially from the domestic lads who are playing this tournament here.
And what about players and the talent hunt, from where you got the talent and you hunt the talent from different places? Was it difficult for you? It was a big task, really.
Yeah, so really what we want from our main ILT20 competition is to feature UAE players. So part of the process is finding the best UAE players to play in the main competition. So the tournament we're currently running at the moment is a tournament for all the domestic UAE players to showcase themselves, to play in an event where they can highlight what they can do, show how they can perform, so that the franchises potentially can pick them up and include them in their teams for the main event in January.
Okay, Mr. Andy, you are acting as a director, right? So you're having a lot of responsibilities, liabilities on your shoulder, and you must be facing so many challenges. So what about those challenges?
Yeah, I think probably the biggest challenge of this competition is the number of cricketers we have in the country wanting to play cricket and be recognized. So I think we had about 400 cricket players on the draft wanting to be part of this tournament, which we're currently running. We had 66 local domestic teams. Coverage of those teams are done by domestic coaches who are across the region, and we did a big draft to finalize the squads of 90 players who are participating here, so 6 teams of 15, and then those are the players that are eligible for selection and for the ILT20 selection process moving forward.
Okay, so let's talk about the season 1. Will it be different from the season 1? People are very enthusiastic and very excited about. So what are your expectations regarding this season?
Well, I think season 1, the franchises were new. They'd come into a region. I think the awareness potentially wasn't there right at the beginning, but now everybody knows about the event. I think we're going to build on what happened in the first event. We hopefully have got a bigger supporter base. I think there's more talented players coming through from this event, so we are expecting a bigger, better result, tournament. We've even got some Pakistan players involved, which is great for us to have this year. I think it's going to be entertaining. It's going to be lively. There's going to be some twists on what happened last year, I'm sure the competition is going to sort of raise the level of cricket that we've seen in the UAE before.
So, sir, how many teams are taking part? How many teams are included in this season? How many players will be performing in this season in different matches in different teams?
So in the main ILT20 competition, there's 6 teams. Obviously, the same 6 teams who played in the first edition. They'll have their squad rosters, but of those players, 4 have to be UAE players. And the purpose of this event, which we're running now, is to finalize who those 24 players are going to be from the UAE to play in this event. So it's a very limited number, which is why the competition is so high and so tough for a lot of these local guys to try and be recognized and participate. Yeah.
So spark, talent, and enthusiasm and proficiency and active and very very demonstrated and passionate people are going to participate in this event. So, do you think how many guys in your team, in your season, in your ILT 20? Do you think there are a lot of students and players who they are getting a chance to play with your teams? So, what about the talent?
Yeah, I think over the past few years, UAE has really had a crop of young players coming up who are, very much can compete on the international stage. You look at guys like Ayan Khan, the youngest player to ever play a World Cup. Kartik Mayapan took a hat-trick in the World Cup. All of these guys came through our system very young, 19, 20 years old. So we're seeing a lot of the players in our event here who are youngsters, and definitely the player progression is coming through the domestic system that we have here. So we are seeing a lot of young players, enthusiastic. Just again, Ayan Khan played in the final in front of a almost packed stadium at Dubai Stadium, and he was 17 years old. So we have a lot of talent in this country. It's just about nurturing it, and I think this ILT 20 tournament is excellent for us to nurture talent and to give them a platform to show what UAE has to offer in terms of player talent.
So, a little bit about you, your introduction. Who is Mr. Andy from the beginning to now?
Yeah, so my name's Andrew. Started my life in South Africa, which is my original home country. I guess you could say UAE is my home country now, having been here, got family, got kids all here. I played South Africa under 19 cricket, then actually chose rugby to focus on as a career, but always obviously kept my foot in the door with the cricket side, and then joined the ICC Academy, and then progressed to the Emirates Cricket Board, and now to the ILT 20, to a role in the ILT 20 tournament. So that's me in a
Yeah, brilliant, sir, brilliant. You are playing a very important role and key role in this phase, So, what are your expectations from the teams, particularly one team which is your favorite?
My favorite team for the ILT 20? It's tough to say. I think I got to be unbiased because we, as ILT 20, we represent all the franchises. So, I think I do have some favorite players that I love to watch. I think guys like Joe Root, who participated in the first season, Sunil Narayan. I just think there's an abundance of talent. Russel, who shares a similar name to me, is always fun to watch. So there's a number of players who are in and around the tournament who are going to draw fans, who fans are going to want to come out and watch. And we're excited for them to be on our shores again.
So, Mr. Andy, World Cup is going on. So, who is your favorite one? Which team?
I think it has to be South Africa. Obviously, being born and brought up in South Africa, I think World Cups has never been kind to South Africa. So maybe we can, when no one expects us to win, maybe we can win one for a change.
Might be. All the team would be your favorite, but one player. Take one name.
One player in the South African team. It's difficult. I think I don't know. From bowling side, I think Rabada has been a mainstay for a while now. I think he's got the experience from all the big events he's played in, especially in India, the IPL. I think he can be really effective. I think Quinton de Kock, all his experience. I have a feeling that South Africa are going to do well because they've got a number of players who've played in IPLs and that sort of thing. But in terms of team formation, individual brilliance, players, I think my favorite player of all time who retired recently was AB de Villiers. I just used to love watching him bat. But the new crop is there. I think we got a good shot with the players we've got. I think you've got to love the sport. Cricket is a game which takes a lot of time. It consumes your life a lot. You end up on the side of cricket fields, and you have to really love watching the game. You have to have a keen eye for some of the things that are happening. I guess from a managerial perspective, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, a lot of work that is done that's not shown for this event to take place. So you have to have a good background team to it. Yeah, anybody who wants to be involved, I would say get involved in events, volunteer your time, learn what happens behind the scenes, and then transition your career by just being involved in big events wherever you can be.
Okay, let's take you in your childhood when Mr. Andy was a kid and he was interested in game, especially in cricket. So how was he like? He was getting inspiration from others. He was watching TV and cricket all the day long, and matches and playing cricket. What about Mr. Andy?
Yeah, so I guess growing up in South Africa, you're exposed to a lot of different sports. Cricket is one of the major ones. So watching guys like Hansie Cronje, John T. Rose, Brian McMillan, all these past guys when you're a little lighty, watching these guys perform, it gives you inspiration to be involved in cricket and to play cricket. And I think South Africa's got such a healthy culture of sport. So when you see the amount of players playing the game, it is something that we're trying to replicate from what I experienced as a youngster into this city here in Dubai. There's so much passion for the game in UAE.
Newcomers for the new pro.
Yeah, I think if anybody's transitioning into the game of cricket, firstly do it. It's a wonderful thing. It's just it is a team sport, so it's great to make friends. It's great to be part of a team. It is a game which you could dedicate your life to. It's a game which has got a huge following around the world. It opens a lot of conversations if you play cricket with fellow cricketers. In Dubai, you step into a taxi and you already speak cricket to many of the drivers who are from South Asia. It's a worldwide game, so dive full in, get involved, practice your cricket, practice your batting, practice your bowling, hit high catches in the garden, just wherever you can, practice your cricket, and it's a love.
Thank you very much, Mr. Andy. It's nice to talk to you.
Yeah, you too.